Hello out there. Hi, how you doing tonight? Well, actually it doesn't look that bad in this camera, but I'm actually completely dirty. I mentioned before. You done? Seriously? It's not done yet. Really? I've mentioned before that this. I've mentioned before that the. Okay, this is just ridiculous now. I've mentioned before that the studio has a cool feature, which is a nice overhead door, since it used to be a garage and still has part of the remnants of a garage. By the way, if you haven't heard of this before, welcome to Midnight Rider Technology Studios. Still under construction, and will be for a while. Anyways, I mentioned before that it's got this nice overhead door, so when it's a nice night, just lift up the door and enjoy nature and the sounds of nature and the low hum of the cars out on 135 and all that good stuff. It's really cool. Then there's the train, which you just heard, which is annoying as all get out. So, anyways, sorry about the intro there. Anyways, you can't hardly see it now, but for a while my shirt was completely stained with salt stains and stuff like that from work today. I've mentioned before, and people who know me know my days can go just completely random sometimes. And usually one of the ways it can go random is when I get a phone call from the plumber. Now, my friend the plumber, there's just some legendary stories about him already. This is a man who's blown his face up once. This is a guy who, when I tell my wife I'm going to go work with the plumber, she says, "Be careful." Why would we need to be careful? And then I remember the things that we've done and the stupid things that we can get ourselves in trouble with. It's not a bad thing. We have a good time, but it's usually about the work. But there's just moments where we do stupid stuff. Anyways, the plumber, not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, broke his leg. See why my wife says to be careful. There was a he was doing a rafting trip, and there was rope swing. He saw the rope swing, thought this looked like a great idea. Grabs the rope swing, swings out across there. Come to find out, it wasn't as deep as he thought it was, and well, broke his leg and twisted his ankle. So he's not working at full speed. Now, usually when the plumber gives me a call, it's either a really hard job or he's breaking out a floor. Now, I take great joy in swinging a sledgehammer or using a jackhammer. Either one of those, they're great fun. Plus, I kind of like pouring concrete too. So when we go to the repair process, I like that. I like that also. And we've kind of got it down to an art when the two of us are working together. So it all works out fairly well. So I get the phone call from the plumber early today that says, "Hey, see, I got a hot water heater that I need to do. I need a little hand." Now, hot water heaters, I mean, even with a broken leg, it's not that big of a deal. They're actually relatively light. A 40-gallon hot water heater I can heft up on my shoulder and carry around for however long you want. They're not a big deal. However, if you're wondering why I keep looking at this, as part of the when I do these, they're actually as a live event, so they get posted on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus. So anybody who wants to comment and join in on the conversation is welcome to. The only thing I don't support is I actually don't support Google Hangout because, well, yeah, it's Google Hangout. Anyways, so when it says it needs help with a hot water heater, I knew something was up. Well, it wasn't just a hot water heater. It was a 100-gallon commercial grade hot water heater. These are huge mucking things, and so it's not just helping put a hot water heater in. You have to remove the old one, which when you remove a hot water heater, they never drain all the way. So anyways, yeah, why not? So I get he called me this morning and says, "Hey, let's do this." And well, unfortunately, I kind of waited around a little bit, and there just wasn't. He wasn't getting the call back to say, "Hey, let's do it." So I kind of wasted part of my day there. And then when he finally called, off I went. Now, as you can imagine, with a broken leg, he didn't move the 100-gallon hot water heater. I did. Um, did I mention this is a big mucking thing? Um, and its replacement was not a 100-gallon. It was actually a 60-gallon ultra high efficiency, actually really cool hot water heater. I mean, as hot water heaters go, it was cool. It's not exactly like it's the most exciting thing in the world. Um, so he gives me a holler for that. So I spent 6 hours helping change out a hot water heater. Fun. But this is just one of those ways that my days just sometimes randomly go right off in left field. Um, it's not a bad thing, but it's a thing. Um, yeah. So, but it's also, here's the thing. I sit all day in front of a computer in the studio, and I don't get a whole lot of activity. Nowadays, because of the ADHD and trying to quit smoking, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment, trying to quit smoking, I work out 2-3 times a day, maybe even 4, which of course does wonders for my Fitocracy score. Um, so, getting out and being active and doing some real work sometimes, well, not that computer work isn't real work, some physical labor work is actually a blast to me. I like construction. I like things like going and doing plumbing. New plumbing is a whole lot better. I don't really care for having to muck around in sewage. Nobody really likes mucking around in sewage. I don't care how long they've been doing it. Nobody really likes doing that part of it. But on the other hand, helping do new construction or redoing all the water in a house, it's actually quite a bit of fun. So it's nice to get out and do these things. I don't do it nearly as much as I used to. Um, for quite a while, I couldn't make ends meet almost without having 1 or 2 of those jobs happen a month. They don't pay a whole lot. It's not like I'm getting paid the amount he's getting paid out of it, but I still make enough out of it to make it worth my time. And there was times where that was the difference between me making the bills or having enough food in the house and not. These days, well, I'm not sure they'd even call it icing on the cake, but it's worthwhile, even if it's only just to help a friend out. And let's face it, a guy with a broken leg needs an extra hand or leg. Speaking of the smoking and ADHD thing, yeah, so what I did was last night I was up late. I had a video that had to be done for a startup that I work with. And it wasn't like, hey, it needs to be done this week. No. It needed to be finished that night so it could be uploaded before it went live with instead of an angel investment list thing. So it was having all sorts of insane problems. Now, see, I gave up smoking and I moved to the e-cigs. These things, not bad. Always feel, no matter what, it always feels a little weird to smoke out of one of these things. But you know what? It works. For a week, I went with no cigarettes and just the e-cigs, and yeah, I had really good success. I was very impressed with it. So I decided I was going to press my luck. Sunday, no e-cigs either. So basically, no nicotine. Now, for those keeping score, I have ADHD, and I gave up caffeine 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, which means I've removed one of the things that helps treat ADHD. Then I removed nicotine, which also is used as a form of self-treatment. I didn't do too bad for a while, but it was getting to be about 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't focus anymore, and I had to have this done. So I went and I bought a pack of cigarettes and smoked it. Project done in about 2 hours. Now, here's the thing. Never occurred to me, I had e-cigs here I could have depended on instead. That would have been a much wiser choice. Falling back onto cigarettes rather than e-cigs is a poor idea on my part. And it's just one of those things. It was dumb. But it got the job done. And then, of course, today, now, and even then, even with the ADHD problem, see, I could have circumvented that had I done the things I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to work out, and I'm supposed to drink my workout shake in the morning. My workout shake in the morning has tyrosine, L-tyrosine. It's an amino acid. It's also helps mitigate some of the effects of ADHD. Well, can you guess what I did? I didn't have my shake in the morning, and I didn't work out that day. I had a bunch of other stuff going on, so I never did it. And you can't work out at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's rude to the rest of the household. Apparently, nobody minds my music, but the grunting noises that I make when I'm maxing out my weight apparently is a bit, not necessarily an issue, but it's a bit rude, especially at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, poor planning on my part led to me having an excuse to go buy a pack of cigarettes. So I've had a pack of cigarettes today, smoked them off and on, and at the end of the night, the pack's not even empty, but I'm going to throw it away anyways. It defeats my purposes. I'm going back to the e-cigs for a little bit, and yeah, we'll just do it that way. Now, when it comes to the ADHD stuff, I need to be more vigilant. And actually, the place I used to go for church, Remnant of Israel, I still chat with Terry, who's the Rebbe Zine there. She pointed out something I should be doing, which is actually putting the effort forth to kind of create a log for this. That's a really good idea. I hadn't considered it before, and that this should be something I make publicly available so that somebody else who's dealing with it can see at least what it works for me. I won't say that what works for me works for everyone. Not everybody can put a Bowflex in their office and work out, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Most people can't pull that off. But at least being able to show there's some quantifiable data that at least for somebody this is working all right, maybe that's not a bad idea. So I'm gonna look at how I would do that and how I would implement it with the website or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people will find it interesting. Maybe some people will think I'm stupid for doing it. I don't know. I don't care. Like many things, I don't know. I don't care. If I find it interesting, it's going to happen. Now, I also mentioned in the description of this that I was also doing something with a service called Fiverr. Now, if you've never heard of Fiverr, Fiverr's very weird. For $5, somebody will do something for you. Now, this could be anything from write your name on a sign and hold it up and take a picture of it and send it to you as kind of an advertisement of your product. Okay. All the way to much more advanced things. Like, for instance, when I was doing the Kickstarters for Jumpman Forever and Crucible, I had ran across that there were people who would do, hey, I'll back your project for $1 if you pay $5, I back you for $1. Well, okay. So now you're wondering, why would somebody waste $4 doing something like that? The reason is that Kickstarters are based off of kind of an excitement level. The more people that you have backing it, the better off it is, and the better it ranks on Kickstarter. And then I also have a social media network that, between everything that I've got going on, between all of these things, a reach of about 10,000 people. And then that's not including the website and the company site and then the company pages and things like that I could leverage if I really wanted to, which I'm not. Company page has like 5,000 people on it alone, I think. Anyways, so Fiverr, just a really simple idea. Pay somebody $5, they give you something, and it can be advertising or whatever. So what I did is I started a service a little while back, which was basically, okay, I'll back your Kickstarter for $1, and I'll mention you on Facebook and Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll leave a comment. So what I do is, and I like doing this, I'm providing a service where I'm hoping to hopefully get some of these Kickstarters to be a little more exciting. And some of them are cool Kickstarters. They actually are. I've been fortunate. I've been waiting for, well, I kind of did find one. I had been waiting for one that I just went, really, I can't do this. And I almost said that to one that was for custom, or for a specialty form of purses. I don't have any need of purses. I don't wear one. Don't mistake my kilt for a skirt, and I'm not wearing a purse with it. But it's a cool idea. I like the idea. So I've been doing it for a little while now as a kind of a test run to see whether or not I wanted to continue doing it. Now I don't make a whole lot of money off this. Don't get me wrong. Um, I've had 8 orders so far. No, I've had more than that. I don't remember how many orders I've had. It cost me $1 because I have to back every one of the projects. So out of $5, I lose $1 there, and then I also lose $1 to Fiverr itself because that's part of the deal. Is that Fiverr takes a small split off of it, so there's $3 in profit left, and then when I transfer it to my PayPal card, that takes 2.5% off of it also. So not exactly stellar money making there. But it's cool, and it does a couple of things. One, it means my Kickstarter account, which I've had for a while, remains active all the time and continues to grow in the number of things that I've backed. Two, it helps other people achieve their goals and their dreams, which I'm all about. And three, yeah, it's just a small dribble of cash. So yeah, but I'm also adding another thing to the repertoire of Fiverr gigs that I do, which is now I've just put this up tonight, so I don't have any orders on it. I probably won't have any orders on it for a while. Yeah, at the end of this, there may be a little bumper sometimes. It's hey, by the way, this one was brought to you by whatever. Yeah, I wish I had a good example. But so Bob's Dry Cleaning sponsored this episode for $5. Fine, I'm great with this. In fact, that's still kind of cool. And I'm a lot, I can set limits. For instance, I set limits: no adult sites. That I don't have an objection to adult sites. I just don't want to advertise them. No Bitcoin exchanges, no MLM, multi-level marketing systems, no none of that stuff. Just strictly products and services. Hopefully, what I'm really hoping for is stuff that sticks more in the video game market. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I was hearing noises out of the other room. I keep forgetting that the dryer is turned on. Next room over has a dryer in it. I'm actually rather focused tonight, rather energetic, because of the amount of work that I did. Go ahead and roll one of those 100-gallon hot water heaters around and see how much energy it uses and how much of a workout it really is. So anyways, those gigs are available on Fiverr. So if you see this and you're interested in it, next time I'll remember to actually put a Fiverr link if there's not actually an ad going on or anything like that. Will I actually get any takers on it? I don't know. I mean, really, seriously. People, at least some people watch this thing. I do. It's why are you watching? Why did you read my blog? I do these things and people actually pay attention. I don't know. First Gate Congregation, people watch it. Some of them watch it live, which is really cool. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see if anything happens or anything becomes of it. And then there's also little extras onto it, like for instance, for $20 or $20 more, I'll just do it for the entire week, or for $5, I'll guarantee that it'll get done that day. I'll never get rich off of doing things like that. But I'm already doing this, so why not do something that throws some value in it for me financially? And if I make enough for, I don't know, a cheeseburger every 2 months, okay, sure, sounds good. So if you hear some random mentions of weird things every once in a while, that's why. And you can get involved in it on Fiverr if you want to. So anyways, that's it for tonight. And I really, really, really need to go take a shower because you have no idea. You're fortunate. You are fortunate that the idea of transmitting smells across the internet did not take off. It's been done, but it did not take off. Be fortunate because you really don't want to smell what my shirt smells like today. So, anyways, have a good night. Yep, and as soon as I find that button, I will hit the exit button. There we go.